What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a different video today. I'm in Via-Moto at Sheffield and specifically in their clothing department. I was talking to Gary and Steve, Steve was the clothing department manager. I was talking to those guys when I took out the Tuono, saying that looking at buying a new helmet for 2021. Steve, who's run this, or been in clothing for 20 odd years, has been talking to me, and they stock a range of the HJC helmets. I was talking to him about what I wanted to do and the type of riding that I have, and we sort of decided that I was going to have a look at the RPHA range, RPHA or RPHA as it's actually pronounced, of HJC helmets. HJC, I didn't even know this, but they're actually the world's biggest helmet brand based out of Korea. And when I took 15 years off riding, and then came back into riding, I just sort of remembered Arai and those kinds of brands. Bought an Arai because I thought, you know, that was just the most recognisable thing for me. Didn't realise that these were such a cool range of helmets. So in the RPHA range, there's 3 different models. They very kindly let me come in and have a look at these in the showroom, by the way, so I've got a massive selection to look at. But yeah, there's 3 different models. So there is the 70, which is, think about that as a road-based helmet. There's the 11, think about that as race. And then there's the 90 here, and think about that as a touring helmet. And these are all open-faced. So if we take this one, they're what's called, do you know what, actually, forget all that stuff for a minute, but the first thing you think when you pick this up, particularly if you've owned another brand, I own an Arai, but think of other brands, is how light it is. It just feels so light and like special. The paint, the matte paint work on them is absolutely amazing. They actually put the weight on the back, I didn't even know that. 1,350 grams for anybody who likes stats. So yeah, so these are, just to give you some details, these are made from a tri-laminate composition, which is basically carbon, Kevlar and fiberglass, interestingly, or not, depends on your persuasion. So yeah, so let's go and take a look at these. I'll give you some close-ups, show you some of the range, and then we'll talk about some of the features, because there's some pretty cool features on these that I bet some of you don't know about, because I certainly didn't.
I would never ask you to give up things. I just want to give you all I can.
Right, so let's take a closer look at this. If I were to buy one of these, I would probably buy the RPHA 11 version. This is the race version. I do a lot of track days and stuff. Like some of these features are just amazing. It's got what they call an ergonomic locking system for the visor. And if you look, when you push the visor down, it stopped there, but then it'll click shut with like a really positive feeling. It just feels solid. And there's actually, if you come in here, there's like a locking system here, so you can press this across and actually lock the visor closed. So if you're doing 100 and silly down a racetrack, down Donington Park Straight, for example, this is not going to bust open, which is pretty cool. Within these, within the box of these, you actually get a legal tinted visor as well, and an interior pin lock system, which I'm reliably told, if you were to buy those individually, would be the best part of 90 quid. So that's pretty impressive. Again, I just can't believe how light it is and how sort of special this matte paintwork feels. That's the overriding thing for me. So another cool feature, particularly if you're a track day rider, but actually, frankly, for any sort of riding, if you have an accident on these, underneath here, these cheek pads, you can see these cheek pads actually curve underneath your chin. And what that's to do is to actually cut out some of the resonance and the noise that you get from riding around. But these are called emergency cheek pads. So what would happen is if you had an accident, you're unconscious on track, a paramedic needed to lift this helmet off, because of the way these are designed for comfort and to cut out that resonance, it actually sort of pull and stretch on your neck, which could be a problem. So what you can see here, you can actually put your finger in here and effectively sort of pop these out. So a paramedic can just take these out real quickly and easily and just gently slide this off the top of your head. How cool is that? Yeah, and these, just as an interesting point, this isn't just a track day feature. So this is the 70, which is the road going version. They actually offer the same functionality on these, which I think really, really smart. So just to talk about the venting system on these, because it's pretty special actually, you've got a 5-point venting system. So I'll show you here, you've got a demister here, which sends air up here and demists your visor. Obviously you have a pin lock as well, so you've got double demisting for want of a better expression. That gets closed here. You've got ram air venting here, which if you look inside here, there's a switch. Might be difficult to see on camera, but if you look just in here, there's a switch to open and close the ram air venting. You've also got brow venting here. And then on the top, this is super cool, you've got these rubber dials on here that either open and close some further ram air venting that circulates the air through the actual helmet itself. And these are not just open and close, you've got actual adjustability with these, which is amazing. And then at the back here, this is my favourite bit. This is probably something you tell people down the pub, but if you can feel the difference, then I'm impressed. But this is a spoiler, this is what you call Vortex Venting. So this is where the air exhausts here. And the Vortex Venting, what it basically means is if you're going flying down I don't know, where's the long race straight? Snetterton. If you're going down Snetterton straight, the spoiler and the exhaust and this Vortex Venting system at the back actually prevents that head shake and that head wobble. I really want to test it now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So just to touch on a couple of differences of the 70, this is the RPHA 70. Look at that paint scheme, by the way. Crikey. I'll show you, I'll do some shots of some of the different paint schemes available in a bit. But look at this. The main differences here are you just don't have the Vortex system on the back because this is aimed at road riding. Although that being said, I really like it. You still essentially got the same ram air venting here, exhaust ports here at the back, same demisting here, and again, you can't really see too well, but there's a switch here for the ram air at the front. You've also got, these are breath shields here, but these are removable if you don't want them, and there's one underneath here that you can see splits in half. But the coolest thing about this, the piece de resistance on this helmet, look at this, watch. How cool is that? You actually get an inbuilt sun visor on these. I'm absolutely fascinated by that. I've never seen it before on a helmet. It might exist, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not known for my accuracy on facts, but that is so cool. Yeah, inbuilt sun visor. I'll buy it for that alone. It's like something out of a fighter pilot. What is it on, you like something out of Top Gun. Love it. Right, so just to go back to the RPHA 11, this is the track one that I'm looking at. A couple of cool features about this. You've got not only the internal pin lock system in here, you've actually got, if you look here, you see that? Those for tear-offs, which you can fit tear-offs, but because these were developed with racetrack use in mind, watch this. That's it. That's how easy it comes off. Then all you do is you just line that up there, straight back on again. So if you're in a pits, you need to change a visor, you need to go from a cleared to a tinted or whatever, it's literally, watch. Simple as that. Amazing. And look, let's be honest, how many of us are going to be changing visors in pit lane at that sort of speed? Not maybe that often, but think about it from a practical point of view. You need to clean it, you get a load of crap on it. It's literally that simple. From a maintenance and cleaning point of view, that is such a good feature. Like some of the visors that I've had before from some competitive brands are a bit of a faff to get off. It actually feels like you're breaking them when you're putting them on and off. That is so nice. Like I said, everything before, everything feels like a really positive, nice motion. Like everything clicks together, all the switches feel like well built, and it just gives you like a tactile nice feeling when you touch them. It's just such a, I'm really surprised at this. I'm going to be honest. I'm studying Via-Moto, and look, I always say I'll be honest about these things, and I did not really understand much about HJC before I came here. But knowing what I know now, you really need to come and look at these. It's absolutely awesome. So they do lots of different designs of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some close-ups of what we've got here in the store, but I'll also link you to the website, to the guys at Via-Moto, and you can have a look on there as well. As I mentioned before, these are the HJC, the world's biggest helmet manufacturer from Korea, and Oxford Products, who work with Via-Moto, actually bring these into the UK as well. So just actually, to be honest, before we go anywhere with that, a big thanks to Via-Moto, particularly Steve in clothing department, but also a big thanks to Oxford Products as well. But I want to show you something. This is what I want. Look at this. Look at this. You can't see this, but trust me, like that when I picked it up was light. That is ridiculous. The RI makes me feel like a bobblehead. That's amazing. So this is the carbon outer version of the 11. So basically what you've got here is a carbon fibre piece of loveliness. My God. Oh, this has got a black visor on it. This is not a standard visor, okay? This comes with a tinted visor standard, but this is the black one. Now, I didn't know this, but I found this out today. I thought these were illegal, not actually quite as simple as that. They used to say back in the day when I used to buy these, for race use only or not for road use, whatever you want to call it. These now are for daytime use only. So what some people do, and as I showed you earlier, because of how easy this is, and another practical use of this, ping, to just take these off. Some people take them off, put them around their waist in their coat, and keep the clear visor on them for if they get caught out at night, or if whatever, basically. More likely if they get stopped, but still, I didn't say that. So this carbon one, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That is probably one of the sexiest helmets I've ever seen. That is beautiful. But look, I'll show you around some of the other ones as well. We'll do some sort of close-ups and slow-mos. Look at that. I'm going to try and blag one of these for free, just so they know. Everybody's going to disappear out of the showroom in a minute. They're all going to run away. But that is special. That is really, really special. Right, so for all my touring viewers, and if you watch my Africa Twin video, if not, look up here, this is something I'm really considering doing, so I'm really interested in these helmets. This is the RPHA 90S, this is the third one in the RPHA series, and these are a flip front helmet. And look at the colour on that. The secret chav in me is going mad. I absolutely love that. These are, the mechanism for these is just, let me just get in an angle you can see. It's literally just one finger. Look at that. One finger opening. And you still have here the sun visor. But interestingly, I didn't know this, but cool fact of the day with these helmets are, these are, for anybody who knows, PJ double homologation. So these are dual homologated helmets. And what that actually means is, I didn't know this because I'm not a touring experienced guy, they're actually tested as safe to use, both open and closed. That's what the dual homologation means. So I'm not advising you ride with it open, but if you were filtering or, you know, think of another use case, you've got safe in the knowledge that these are tested to be safe for both open and closed. That's pretty impressive. Right, one other cool feature of these 90S touring helmets is it's got, check me out for stats, a Micrometric Fastener. If you look here, push this, that comes open. Now there's two key points about this. You can push it in and adjust it like that, but actually if you look at the mechanism itself, and this is again, it goes along with that, I keep saying they just feel good, they feel quality. This is made out of metal. Now other brands and other manufacturers make these out of plastic, and again, each little click that you push in, I know this sounds daft, but it matters. It's a little thing. It's like when you sit on an Aprilia, for example, and it feels special and it feels quality. This is the same thing, just feels quality. The fasteners on, I'll just show you. The fasteners on the 70 and the 11s are your standard double D-ring, but this is because that's only what's allowed on UK tracks effectively. So they're pretty standard, but that's perfectly cool. Just to touch on a few more things about the touring version, something I'm really considering, you've got a chin curtain here, which is adjustable. You see that, you can take that out if you want. You've also got whisper strips here. And because you know, a road-based or touring-based helmet is designed, you know, it's much more important that you've got comfort and quietness. These actually cut out a lot of the road noise and the resonance, I think it's the word, that you get. So yeah, you've got these whisper strips here, which you know, the design of them is to keep things quiet, and they're ergonomically fitted around your chin. But actually, this is going to keep some wind noise, some of the wind chill. Yeah, this is going to keep some of the wind chill out potentially as well. So this is a really nice design. Some really cool features on this touring one. Yeah, very impressed. So the coolest feature about these, particularly from a touring point of view, but anybody who rides on the road, any motor vloggers actually, think me, this is really, really handy. This is game changing. You've got something called Smart HJC, which I'll show you the unit in a second. It's essentially an intercom system that it's got the mechanism to inbuild it into the helmet. So you look here, this comes off, the power pack goes in there, cheek pad here. This is a stereo system, by the way, with a boom mic. Pull that off. If you see, I'll just show you in here, look, this is where your earpiece goes in here, and then you've got a microphone cut out there. So everything's even cut out, especially for it, so you don't have microphones. When I'm riding around, my microphone's sort of wobbling around, tickling my chin, basically. And there's two different sorts of Smart HJC, which let me just show you those now and we'll go through the differences. But that, from an intercom system point of view, that is one of the smartest, neatest systems I've ever seen. That's fantastic. So these are the Smart HJC systems. You've got two different models here. And actually, I've just found out as well that the 11s and the 70s also, if you remember the cutouts I showed you for the intercom, the headpiece, they have those cutouts as well. So they're compatible with intercom systems. These Smart HJC systems are only compatible at the minute with the 90S, and you've got two, 10B, 20B. I'll show you these. The difference is this is essentially one unit, so this is connecting to your phone or somebody else behind you with one of these in as well, so a pillion passenger. This one is rider to rider, okay? So you can have this with your friends, riding around, etc. So just from a distance point of view, just to give you some idea, that's about, you know, a 10-meter distance, so think a pillion basically. This is going to be a pillion or your phone. This has got around about a mile distance. So if you're a lot faster than your mates, you can laugh at them and they can hear you. So these connect to your phone, obviously, they're hands-free, so they've got what you call voice activation or Vox activation. So look, if you're holding your handlebars and your phone rings, what do? Well, you just say hello, that's it, it's dead simple, and it answers it for you. Amazing. Right, so as I'm stood here holding this Carl Crutchlow replica HJC, I don't know, I just want to wrap this up really. So just to say, these are half a range, the top of the range HJC helmets, and I'm so surprised, just the build quality and the feel of them. I know I've repeated myself a bit about that, but and I don't mean surprised in a disrespectful way, but I'm just amazed at how good that they actually feel. So again, just to cap it off, you've got the 11, which is the race, you've got the 70, which is technically the road, these ones here, and then you've got the 90S, which are the sport ones. The thing that I'd say to you, and I say this on all my videos, particularly the bike review ones, forget about the specs. Come down and try these. As I say on the bike reviews, don't listen to me, don't listen to MCN, don't listen to anybody. Get on the bikes and ride them yourself. Because when I ride bikes, and I've done a few test rides, if you look at some of my old videos, well, I've been convinced I'm going to like a bike. Think KTM 1290 Super Duke video. You look at that video, I was convinced. And when I rode that bike, my opinion of it changed so much. You need to come down, you need to talk to Steve, come and see Steve Wall, he's the clothing manager here. He's been doing this 23 plus years now. Steve knows a lot about clothing and accessories, put it that way. He'll help you. So he'll do things like if you want to buy the Smart HJC system, he'll fit them into your helmet for you before you leave. He'll give you advice. He'll talk to you about these. But one thing I noticed about these is over all that, the build quality and everything else, come and try them on. The fit of these is unbelievable. And I know this sounds like a bit of a sales pitch, but trust me, this isn't sponsored, this is just my opinion. I was only joking about blagging on these for free, but I would genuinely buy one of these with my own money. Yeah, I'm really, really impressed by these. Also, They've got a massive selection of stuff in a really nice clothing section here at Via-Moto. Come and have a look. There's some images and some of the stuff that they've got here. They've got a full suite of Oxford products, accessories. I'll show you some images there. They've got a muck-off section. They've got a full Alpine Stars, gloves, boots, leathers section, etc. Huge selection of helmets and all sorts of other clothing and accessories. But come and see Steve, because his advice and experience on things like that are, you know, you can go and click things online and buy things online, but you don't get that level of service, and it's important. When you're spending a lot of money like you are on helmets, you want to talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about. So anyway, pretty cool. So with all that being said, if you like the video, just hit the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Cheers.